Hello guys, in this video I'm going to talk about the most important topic of astrophotography, which is infinite focus. So without further ado, let's start. Here's my camera. Currently I'm using a Nikon D7200 with 18-140mm lens, in which I'm going to demonstrate how you can set the focus at infinity manually. As we know, this lens is composed of two different rings. The first one is zoom ring and the second one is focus ring. Now, in order to set the focus at infinity, you have to switch to the manual focus mode. In this case, it's already set in M, but let's take for example, now initially it's at A, which means autofocus mode. You have to shift this button to M. Once you shift that button to M, that entire control of focusing system will completely be depending on this focus ring. Now, you will see one particular focus point in the viewfinder. Hold this camera in your eye and rotate this zoom ring to 140mm. Point this camera towards any bright object in the sky. Let's take for example, it can be Venus, it can be Sagittarius, it can be Jupiter, or it can be any planet or star, but it has to be bright. Now in the viewfinder, you will see a blurred object, that object. Okay, now hold that focus ring like this and start rotating this focus ring in the clockwise direction from your side. Clockwise direction from your side, okay? After rotating this ring, you will reach some point beyond which this ring will not rotate further, which means that is that infinite focus, theoretical infinite focus of this lens. If you take a photo at that particular focus with proper exposure, you will get a photo, but everything will be defocused, which is unfortunate. Now, once you reach that final point beyond which this ring will not rotate further, you have to rotate in the reverse direction very slowly. And in the viewfinder, you can also see once you start rotating that ring in the reverse direction, the radius of that particular object will be reducing. Now, after you rotate in the reverse direction very slowly, once you get some point at which the radius will be least, the smallest radius of that particular object will be obtained, and you can watch this in the viewfinder. That is your infinite focus, practical infinite focus. Okay, now after setting the focus at infinity, do not touch that focus ring anymore. Simply switch back to 18mm by rotating that zoom ring and start your photography. Now this technique is only valid for AFS lens for Nikon. Okay, those who are using 1855 kit lenses for Nikon or Canon, this technique is not valid for those. So this is how you can set the focus at infinity in your Nikon AFS lens. Until we meet again, goodbye.